Hello everyone, welcome back to art class with Mrs. Hudson. Today we are going to look at making some primary colored roads. So in this artwork I used crayons and I used watercolors to create my roads. So what happens is when we crisscross our roads we are going to create new colors. So the only three colors that you're going to need for this project are going to be red, yellow, and blue. Those are our three primary colors. So for a project like this, you can use many different mediums. You can use colored pencils, you could use crayons, you could use acrylic or tempera paints, and you could also use watercolors. I am going to just use my crayons for today, but all of those objects that we just talked about are able to be used to create the same idea. So the first step that we're going to do is we are going to create one road that goes across our page using a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you can very easily use the cardboard box, a magazine, anything that you have handy that gives you a very straight line. I find it easiest to use a ruler because for roads you can use both sides of one ruler. So my first color that I am going to use is going to be blue. So my first road, I'm going to draw a line on either side of my ruler using my blue crayon. My next road I'm going to create is going to be a yellow road. My colors are already mixing. The next is going to be a red road, and I'm going to make my red road so that it crosses both of my other two roads. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. Now my ruler doesn't touch the end of my page, so I need to shift my ruler up. You may also have to shift your magazines or your cardboard that you're using if you need to. Now I always start with my lightest color. Why do you think I start with my lightest color? If you said because that color is going to be covered up easier, or maybe your colors will mix together more, you are correct, because we don't want to, if we're using paint, we don't want to mix up our other colors into our light color because it's going to change it really quickly. So first step is going to be to color in our entire yellow road. I'm going to color all the way across my road with my yellow. See, my yellow is actually picking up some of my other colors. So try to stay within the lines so that you're not dragging too much of your other colors into your road, because the idea is that we are going to change our colors when we overlap. There's my yellow road. So next I'm going to do my red road. I'm actually using the color magenta, but you can use regular red or magenta does work also. So I'm going to color right up to my yellow. Now, what color does it make when you mix your red and your yellow? If you said orange, you are correct. So by mixing our primary colors, we make our secondary colors. And orange is one of our secondary colors. Now remember, we are coloring all the space. We're filling it in. And we're staying inside of our lines. We want to do a good job coloring and staying in the lines. Now we're crossing over our blue road. Finish coloring in my red. And onto my blue. Now we want to try to avoid having lines showing in our spaces, so we can always color in 2 directions or 3 directions, whatever. Changing it up. Now we mix our red and our blue road, and what color is our road becoming? Purple! So red and blue make purple. So I finish my blue space. Coloring it in all the way. Now we're crossing over our yellow, and look what happens. We make green. Isn't that awesome? So now I'm just going to continue and finish my blue road. All right, so if any of your spaces don't look a lot like purple or a lot like orange, you can always add another layer of color and see if it mixes a little bit more, changes it up a little bit more, but you don't have to if it worked. That's great. All right, so one last thing I want to try to do is I want to make an area where all of our colors come together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make another blue road that's going to cross over our red and our yellow together. So in that spot, we're going to end up with all 3 colors. So here I go with my last blue road. So we already know what's going to happen when we go over my red road. My red road is going to turn purple. And when I go over my yellow road, turns green. Now when we go over all 3 colors, that's looking pretty green to me, but it's supposed to look more like a brownish, grayish color. So if we add some more red, and we add some more yellow, oops, wrong. Check it out. Is it looking kind of brownish to you? Hopefully. Like I said, sometimes they don't mix super good, but if you had all of your paints and you were mixing them together and you used equal amounts of everything, you'd end up with a brown. So the last thing that you're going to do with your artwork once you're finished is you're going to color in all of your background spaces with black. Now the black, you can use a marker or you can use crayon. You can use any kind of material that you want to for the background, just to fill in that space and completely black it out. It just helps to make our colors pop. It creates high contrast. So we're going to fill in our space. I think actually painting this would have even worked better. So once you're done with your roads, you're just going to color in your entire background with black. And it's just going to make our colors stand out. as long as you're using a good black marker. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing your artwork when you're done.